Welcome, welcome. It's your girl Sophie. You guys already know what time it is. Of course, you know we're black people. We're Caribbean. We're late, okay? We have to set up. So don't be mad at me. Don't kill me. Okay, so today, it's all about vibe off. Um, we're gonna be here for a little bit chilling. We're waiting to get everything in order. I know we're a little bit late, but at least we're here. We're here, guys. So we're going to talk a lot about how you doing. So many people have inbox questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by thanking Greater Minds Inc. for the platform and the studio to do our first 2025 vibe or whoop whoop. Let's give it a hand. Let's give it a hand, okay? So we know last year we were doing the vibe off and we were doing it by Zoom and everybody would just be at home and everything. We are gonna do it like that, but it's 2025 and we wanted to upgrade a little bit. You know what I mean? We wanted to get, where we bring the artists and bring the actual guests into a podcast studio area where we can all just sit down and get the vibes on. Right? Right?
You already know.
That's right. That's right. So, it's all about vibe off and it's all about just basically how you're doing today. So, tonight it's how you doing. Okay, doing. Say it, say it, say it, say it.
How you doing?
How you doing? Okay, so tonight the vibe off is really it's the first time of 2025 that we're having our vibe off. Again, big round of applause to Greater Minds Inc. for this platform. Now we know that there's so many things going on right now. So many things going on right now. So it's hard to know how are you really doing out there. So we have had a lot of people send in questions and actually they wanted to know, like how do we actually feel. So right now entering the studio, we have our guest for today. Larry's here and he's going to tell you how he's doing. Okay, so you're going to have your mic. So I was talking, briefing them about the questions and stuff that they were asking. Okay, so we're live, guys, and our guest of today, he's going to tell us about how he's doing with everything that's going on in 2025 and things that even how he's dealing with things from before 2025. But let me get back into some of your questions that you have actually sent in. You guys wanted to know with the politics, how are we seeing it? How are we viewing it? So like I was saying before, mental health is the most important thing. And anything that's going to steal your peace of mind, anything that's going to steal your joy, anything that's, you notice that it's not true. There's so many lies. So how do you expect to be doing? My advice is block it out. Try to focus on you. Try to get a grip, not on what things that you can't handle. Get a grip on what you can handle. So all these politicians and all these things, I see it like this. Democrats, Republicans, whatever they are, they're one coin on a flip side. So I don't really care what they are. I see them as, if you're not going to tell the truth to us, I see it as all a lie, and I just stay far from it because I'm a Scorpio, and when it comes down to dishonesty, Scorpios, we try our best to stay very far from anyone that's dishonest. So, for all the questions about how are we handling the politics side of it, we don't get involved in it. We try to focus on what we have control over and forget about what we don't have control over. Because in life, you're going to have problems. Every single country is going through something right now. Every single country is going through something. So it's up to you to focus on your mental health and what you're going through and try to stick with that. I am going to introduce my next guest. He's a wonderful artist
Yes.
and he's been through a lot. He has a story that he's about to tell. We already know that Vibe Off is the lead off. Vibe Off is the lead off.
Vibe off.
To lead off to the actual live audience
Mhm.
taping show
Right.
that's coming up for Tubi. So, 2025 fall, we're going to be taking our guests that they choose onto a live audience where they're actually going to be speaking about their journey in the industry
Right.
and also speaking and performing live on stage. So today, our guest is
I am Larry. Artist name, One Legend, the number one. Um, Hello, you guys. First of all, hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you all for tuning in to Sophie's site, and I am her guest, Larry. I go by the stage name of One Legend, the number one, as I said. And yes, I do have a story, an incredible story that needs to be told. And I appreciate Sophie for granting me that opportunity to share with you guys. Hopefully, I can give some type of insight to help someone, that may be encountering the same type of journey that, that I have, and, to help them through, to give them some type of insight, to try to hold on, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I've been through a lot. I fabricate and I compose music. I am from Delray Beach, Florida, right here in South Florida. Give it up for Delray. Um, and yes, I have had a rough journey. Um, Throughout my adolescent years, I have been in an unstable, unhealthy home, traveling, running from abusive relationships with mother, and my siblings. And, that started off a journey to me trying to find a better way, find a better way out, So in any case, I I ended up living and growing up with family members, my grandparents, and then it gave me an opportunity to choose what I wanted to do, for myself. So I, out of all, out of my siblings, wasn't able to finish high school, and stuff like that, to whereas my sisters, they had a difficult situation because my mom, um, those out there who have ever encountered, domestic violence, it's unhealthy. Please find some help. Feel free to speak to someone, especially find someone that may be dealing with it or has dealt with it and has found a way out. So that's on domestic violence. But today,
okay, so I'm gonna touch upon that.
yeah.
Okay,
So
so I'm gonna help him out a little bit, and we're gonna just gonna ask a little questions. So you wasn't in the foster care system at all.
not at all.
Okay, so your grandparents raised you.
Yes, yes.
Now I'm gonna say sometimes it's grandparents, they're like the best ones to raise you because sometimes because they already been there, done that.
Right.
And so that's not a bad situation if your grandparents is raising you just because, So there's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
What he's basically trying to say is if there's domestic violence or abuse within the home
Mm-hmm.
and you have to go live with your grandparents, seek help.
Exactly.
Seek help.
Exactly.
Now, how do you use your past as your upbringing, because you have kids,
I have
and then
kids.
you have a story about a baby also, my
I,
cousin told me.
I have a story. My wife and I, we lost a 10-year-old daughter.
Okay,
And,
we don't want to go into that yet.
okay,
Not
we don't
yet,
want to get into that
because
yet.
we
That's
wanna,
mental health.
we want to build up.
Build up, not a problem.
So we know that you came from a home that was not stable. How did that? How do you feel like? Because out of everything,
Mm-hmm.
every how to put it, every obstacle or every drama, it makes you
Experience.
stronger.
Right.
Okay, so whatever you went through, how do you feel like it built you to be the man you are today?
So my experiences that I have encountered throughout, my childhood, helped build me, helped mold me into the man I am today. Because it makes you not, as you grow from an adolescent to an adult, it makes you not want to repeat that cycle. With your children, and have them in that type of environment. So it kind of made me want to steer myself from that type of environment and be the father for my children that I'm supposed to be.
Okay, so what what's a good how is a good how can I put this? It's a really good thing. We all need bad people in our lives.
Right.
You know why we need bad people in our lives? To let us know exactly what we don't want to be. We don't want to be that person
Mm-hmm.
that we see to be so evil and so bad. So sometimes when you grow up in an abusive home, or a single parent home,
Mm-hmm.
and one parent doesn't treat you the way, a parent's supposed to love and treasure their child, that that helps you now to say, hey, I don't want to be like that. So we all need bad people in our lives. We all need bad people in our lives.
Yeah.
So we don't become them. It's what he's saying is so important.
Mm-hmm.
It's important that we understand who we don't want to be.
Right.
And that's when the bad people comes in. So his upbringing helped him to know, I don't want to be like my
Exactly.
parents.
It gave me lessons. It taught me.
Exactly.
It gave me insight on what I do not want to be. You know what I mean?
And you do not want to bring up a child
in
in that
that
kind of
type of
environment.
environment.
So
Because I'm sorry to cut you off, because I easily could have been distracted and thrown off from a positive track. You know what I mean?
right.
Music saved me. So
Music. So
hmm
guys, you guys already know. Greater
hmm
Minds. You guys know already. Greater Minds artists is we love bringing all the indies out there because people don't understand how music can save you.
right, music
It can
saves me.
save you because you can pour your heart and your soul into your music.
Right.
And a lot of us artists, what we do is actually what we're feeling
hmm
is what we're writing. So, music saved him,
Definitely saved me.
but it's really God that saved him, okay? It's really God that saved him through his music. We always want to give God the praise
Always got to
and the
give the Most High the
glory
praise.
because God let things happen,
hmm
but he also has his cloak over protecting us, you know?
Right.
Like if you ever heard the story about Job in the Bible,
Yes.
where he says, you're not going to touch his life. But then he blessed him with a lot more than what he had before.
Exactly.
So now let's go back again. So he told you guys about his upbringing.
hmm
Now I want to know. Go ahead.
We're here
Hey
with
guys, come and say
Sophie.
hi. Come and let everybody see you. So this is his media crew. Say hi. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
Come on over.
This is Chris of the media crew. We are both part of Legendary Motorsports, and that's a
Okay. So
motorsports crew. So that
so you guys can
we
come and you can
you
sit really quick and
you,
talk. Tell them about it because
you sure you want?
yes.
Let me
Come on. Come on.
just tell them about your photography a little bit, right quick, while we're live. I'm sorry.
Everybody know. Come
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can tell them about your photography and just what I mean. I mean,
Well, I
you want to
mean,
introduce yourself, Sophie, first of all,
Okay.
to my
Everybody already, you
photographer.
guys already know I'm Sophie Saint, but this is his media crew, and they came all the way out here to tape him today. So just introduce yourself and let them know.
yeah. Well, my name is Chris. I've been doing photography since 15 plus years now.
Right.
I've been doing it since middle school. Did TV production, did audio for Tesla, FPNL. I've been going at it. Graduated from Pratt Institute in New York.
Nice.
So I got my bachelor's degree, making my work, being out there, being on the streets, taking street photography, even doing car photography, not doing rapper photography. So
Right. Right.
so trying to get out there and business
Okay.
booming.
All
Right.
right. So he has
Definitely
his
a great
media crew.
photographer. Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So now we're going to get back to business, guys.
Back to
Okay.
business, guys.
So we spoke about his upbringing and how it affected. Now, do you see how positive he is? He has his own media crew that can actually come out here today. See, if you was brought up in a different way, you mightn't be in this direction where you have your whole entertainment because we have an entertainment
Right. See,
company also.
I'm more of a I'm more like a leadership type of person. I took lead in my life. You know what I'm saying? So with with the help of the Most High God Almighty, I took lead in my life, and that's what kind of um gave me the stability to be where I am now. Like I said, I stumbled a lot. I've stumbled, but I've never fell completely off. I've always gained my strength back thanks to the Most High.
Amen.
And um, the most important thing was believing in myself. You know what I mean? Self esteem is the most important thing, guys. So always do something that builds your self esteem. If it knocks you down, it's not for you.
Okay, yeah, because you never quit. We
Never
cannot
quit.
quit. We
Right.
cannot quit. The thing went out. We cannot quit at all. Okay? We have to keep going regardless of what. Don't ever quit. You know, the time that you're about to quit is
Mm-hmm.
the time that you're about to win.
It's the time you
So
prevail.
please don't ever quit.
Right.
You know? All right, so now we spoke about your upbringing. I want to speak a little bit more of your music and where you stand mentally with your music and what brought you around.
Okay, my story and my journey on the music behalf, I kind of I dabbed into like I always admired DJs coming up as a youth. And then what happened was I have some younger cousins that they were starting to dib and dabble into the music industry. I mean, I lived my life. My life was rough. I didn't know I had the the talent to write and compose music. So I actually lived my adolescent life. I didn't start fabricating and composing music until like later on in life, but so yeah, my younger cousins started me out. I have to give a shout out to Eric G. Pons Howard. He invented and created One Legend.
Ooh.
Gave me gave me the inspiration and everything. So how it happened was, how everybody think they can freestyle and rap and all of this. So I call myself interrupting their session because I'm the bigger cousin, and and like let me in here, let me get in here, because when you think you're a DJ, you think you could put some words together and compose music, but it's way harder than that. But so they let me go inside the studio booth, and then I went inside and I recorded something, and my voice was like really great, but the words didn't make any sense at all. So they laughed at me a little bit or whatever, but they said, but they inspired me. They said like, maybe you should try to learn how to write some music. So being around them, I had learned how to write something. So I started out and I learned how to write music, which is 16 bars. I learned how to write a 16 bar so I could be featured on someone else's song. So when I did that and heard myself, I got a taste of it. Um, the leadership in me, the inspiration in me, just took off like that, and I composed my own full song, 48 bars, with the hooks and everything. And once I learned how to compose my own song, I took off from there. I started writing music like wildfire, because it inspired me
Do you know a lot of labels right now? You can make big money with that.
with writing
With
music.
writing music.
Right.
A lot of labels are looking, guys, a lot of labels, you know, let me see, Atlantic, Universal, a lot of them, Sony, they were looking for writers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're good at writing,
Songwriting, definitely.
definitely, Def Jams, they were looking for writers, guys. So if you can write, you know, you
Yeah,
should try,
you can get your
linking up,
coins up.
linking up with someone that has that connections with them. In the music industry, how I see it with indie artists are like crabs in a barrel.
Yeah.
But they're not like that just because they want to be like that. They've been all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Every single indie artist has been been taken off of us.
Always.
People will lie to you. I'm gonna tell you right now. First of all, know the business.
Yes.
If you don't know the business, stay out of the business.
You will be finessed.
Yes. Learn.
I have been finessed. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. So that's why we need people like us to. I mean, like, I would admit that to the younger artists, and what Sophie is saying is correct. Be careful, because they're taking advantage of the love that you have for your passion.
Exactly. Now, if someone says to you, before we get to the labels, let's speak really quickly. If someone says to you, hey, I can do this and I can do that. I can get you blogs. I can get you that. I can get you this. I can get you on the radio. Okay? First of all, they're lying. The reason why I'm saying they're lying is because it don't work like that. You have to have a budget. Before you have anything else,
That's the
you
first
must have
thing.
that moolah. Okay?
First things first.
People try to call and speak with my cousin, and they think they're bullshitting her, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I tell you, hey, I got this and this amount of this on Spotify, but they ripped it down, you had bots.
Yes.
The industry knows exactly who has bots.
Yeah, they removed them all too.
And that's why they pull it down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're thinking, oh no, you're saying no, we already know. Every single label that's a real label will go back. I can call your name, call to my team and say, hey, check this artist out. And they'll every single thing about you. Everything single thing about you shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So they have sound charts, everything. If you're an artist, how many followers you have on each of your social media, every single thing that you do.
If you're registered with BMI, ASCAP, or anything on the business behalf.
They know your birth name.
Everything.
They know everything. So when someone says to you, I can do this and I can do that, your number one thing is, okay, can I have your references?
Yes.
Who have you done it for before?
Right.
And if they cannot show you who they've done it for before, don't trust it.
If they can't
because
produce.
they be charging you big money for bots. They be charging you and promising you the world. and they can't do it. Artists, please listen to me. There are so many different things you have to learn, even about the deals.
Mm-hmm.
That if you really want to be famous, you want to be a superstar, know what the business is. Know what kind of deal you're getting. Whether it's a 70-30, whether it's a 95 or 5, no matter what, because these numbers are very important.
Mm-hmm.
Very important. An artist is not. When they're out there flossing, blah, 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 bling, 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 guess
A
what?
lot of them are 360s
Thank you. A lot of them rented.
are in 360 deals.
Okay? They're renting these jewelries.
Do
They're
your
renting the
research.
cars. They're renting. So don't fall for the crap.
Read the fine print.
Exactly. And a label, what the label is looking at, they don't care about your talent. They care
Not at
about
all.
the numbers.
Exactly.
They
Talent
care about
doesn't
the
get you
numbers.
anywhere
And I'm going to let you
anymore.
know something. You better have some money behind you because they want to know those numbers too. If you don't have a budget,
They don't want to talk. That's first things first. You can have the most talent. You can be the most talented person in the world, but when it's time to approach the labels with the business, they want to know. That's most likely that's anyone's first question when you're dealing with music. Even when you're trying to expose your music with DJs and you're trying to get your name known and you're trying, when you're getting your music on radio stations, everything is based on a budget.
budget,
You won't
budget,
grow. You won't grow without a budget.
budget. And if you don't have, and if you think you are that special one, then you're going to be the
Upset.
only one left.
Yeah, you
Left
gotta be
behind.
hurt.
So, with the music aspect of it, we all been robbed. I've been lied to. My money taken. They didn't deliver. So what I did,
Same here.
and my husband, we made a structure of a team. Make sure your team is rowing. Everybody's rowing.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has the same goals. Okay? Make sure they're rowing and not one's drilling a hole while you're rowing.
Right.
Have the same mindset. Find people with the same mindset. Now I'm going to go into the very important part. Okay? We're going into his mental state and how he dealt with the tragic. Because a lot of us are dealing with 2025. So many people has died already.
Yes.
So now I'm going to turn the mic over to Larry, and he's going to go into depths about his full story.
Okay, guys. So yes. So in 2017, my wife and I we lost a 10-year-old daughter, and it it actually it I felt like I actually died with my daughter. Um, Losing a 10-year-old daughter isn't normal. My wife and I, we haven't. It's been like 7 years, and we haven't really traveled down that journey mentally yet. We've just been sort of say blocking it. I mean, you have to put up a block if you want to survive. I had to put up a block, not saying that I want to forget, but I want to survive because it'll kill you. It'll kill you. Um, I lost my mother um, before I lost a daughter. My mother was very painful. Burying my mother on a day before Mother's Day, I had to endure that, and my heart took a tumble. Um, but when I buried my daughter, it's different. It's different. It's nothing like having to bury a child, a baby at that, 10 years old. And I'm surprised I'm able to talk about it now. Like, I mean, it's jittery now. Like I got butterflies now and I'm holding back because to be honest with you, Sophie, I've never really this is my first time literally opening up and speaking to someone about my encounter.
How are you going to feel to tell this in front of a live audience? How do you think?
So I don't want to be selfish. I'm not a selfish person. So meaning what I mean by that is I'm certain that somebody out there has or have or is currently experiencing what I had to experience. And if my experience can help build someone else up, I definitely will do that. And so from that, throughout the beginning times of my loss, um, on my pillow full of tears, I I created a non-profit organization on Facebook, which is called Grieving Parents United (GPU), and it's over 6,000 organic followers, people that just start to tag along because of the they can relate to what I have experienced. I have people from all over the world, all genres, all shades of all colors of people. There's nothing with race dealings in my dealings. I love all type of people. So um if you guys would like to follow the page, it's on Facebook. It's Grieving Parents United, where we all come together. We're trying to heal together. I expose my story. They come to expose their story. We talk about it. We pray for strength for one another. And then that's how we do it. And then the music
Just like,
saved me. Because you got to know that 2017, I had to bury my daughter on my birthday. October 21st. Nobody has a story worse than me.
October
I'm
what?
21st.
Oh, my
No,
husband is October 31st. I mean 30th. So I thought you
my story is listen guys, I don't fabricate. I don't I've what I've been through. I lost a child. Like that's the worst pain ever. So like from there my life changed. I have no reason to fabricate anything. I have no reason to lie to anyone. I have no reason to do any of that.
do you have any other kids?
My I have other kids. My other kids are
And
older
and
kids,
are they
adult
older?
kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
so she was your baby.
She was my child, my baby. And as a father, when we have children, you know, the first child, we may not be the perfect father. Because sometimes, children are unexpected and we're not that perfect father and we're not ready to raise those children. But your last child,
Hmm.
you want to do everything right. You want to do, you understand what I'm saying? You want to do everything right. You want to make sure you show up to everything this child has, everything. And that was it for me. And then, man, the devil stepped in and he tried to ruin me.
So okay,
He
well
tried
he
to
didn't.
ruin
He
us.
didn't.
He did not.
Okay, but
He did not.
let me ask you, what advice for anyone that's I mean, you guys hear him, his nonprofit is Grieving Parents
Grieving Parents United,
United. So please,
GPU.
if you're going through, if you've lost a baby and you really need to speak
Yes.
and on a platform, he's offering that. He's offering that.
I didn't have
So
anyone to talk to. That was my only way to release,
what's the
because you got
music?
to well no well the
The
platform,
platform
well
on Facebook.
the music saved me, but the platform was for me to be able to
Talk,
express
express
myself.
yourself. Okay.
Because like I said, my wife and I, we're going through the same thing.
I
She
know.
has her own battles, so I can't. It's hard for her to be my shoulder to lean on when we're both. And she was her
But that's the
best
time.
friend.
That's the time that
You know,
that's the time that you guys, that's when you get tighter. You guys grip and
it's either this or that.
yes, because a lot of
And
people.
statistically, I'm sorry, statistically, it's that.
But with you and your wife, you guys.
No, we're this.
Just like
But I mean, but like I said,
most people, they
most
can't handle
most
it.
families that lose a child, most
Mhm.
couples that lose a
They
child,
split.
it's
Yes.
this,
Yeah,
definitely.
they split.
And it was almost this, but God,
Scott, always the center,
but
guys.
God,
Always the center.
but God.
So, what advice can you give to them?
Um, the the advice the advice I want to give you guys is to not beat yourself up, because a lot of us hold memories and hold regrets, and we often wonder, you know what I mean?
Maybe
What
not. Maybe this.
what my child would have become, or what would they be doing now? So don't beat yourself up, because it can cause stress, it can cause anxiety, it can cause health problems, as it did with my wife. But we made it through that, but it can be deadly. So please speak with someone. If you can't speak with someone physically, find a platform that you can release on. You have to release it. So release the pain some type of way. I released mine. I found some type of release through my music.
Music, yes.
Yes.
Okay, to me, I didn't go through that, but I will always give you guys my advice is get down on your knees and pray.
That's mandatory.
You wouldn't believe, and program your mind. Do not let your mind or your emotions program you.
Right.
You program your mind. Because let me tell you something, emotions can lie to you. Depression is real.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are in a state of mind of depression, you might turn to the wrong things. You might turn to drugs.
Yeah.
That makes it worse. You might turn to actual alcohol.
May
Just
turn,
as bad.
may turn
You
to
know?
violence.
What? Exactly.
Because
Why it happened to me, so you know what?
different emotions.
It happened to me. So guess what? I don't care. I'm just going. So don't let your emotions rule you. My advice is pray.
Pray
Pray hard.
for strength.
I know it might seem like, hey, a lot of people, you don't believe in God. Everybody has their own beliefs or whatever. Believe in something or you'll fall for anything
Right.
and everything. So believe in yourself. That, see, affirmations are very important. Time to heal is very important. Time to grieve is very important.
Hmm?
Okay? But try your best, as he said, to seek help.
You have to.
Speak with others like him that's going through the same thing.
You'll never make it through this
Alone.
alone, ever. Don't even try it. So find someone that you you could console in, and that'll help you through.
Exactly. All right, guys. Um, you guys already know Greater Minds Inc. Now you also know Grieving Parents
United.
United, and we just want you guys to know Vibe Off is the place. I know usually in 2024 we did it where everybody is up on the screen together, like on Zoom. But like I said, this is 2025, and this Vibe Off for 2025 in the fall is the Vibe Off that's leading off to the live audience.
Right.
So, and it's going to be visualized on Tubi. So I want everybody to take what they see today, what they seen earlier, and use it. It's not everybody that's going to get invited on this platform, I know. But we do want everyone to reach out. Tell them where they can reach you on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay, so on Instagram, you can find me up under my I have an indie label, which is CSEMG, which stands for Chief Style Entertainment Music Group. So you can find me on Instagram, CSEMG_legend. You can find me on YouTube under the labels abbreviations CSEMG, and you can find me on Facebook up under Larry Legend the Great Lacey. I use my biological name there because I engage with a lot of family members there. Yeah, you can look me up. Like I said, One Legend, the number one. My music is all up. My music is, you could, One Legend. You could spell Spotify on all platforms. The song that will relate to this podcast and this viewing is titled "Endless." So go stream and download "Endless" by One Legend.
Okay,
About that.
so it's almost 8 o'clock, and you guys already know it's time to shake and bake and go. So we want to thank everybody that tuned
You
in.
guys have been great.
And I did not get to answer all your questions because you guys know
Yes.
it was all about Larry today.
Mm-hmm.
This was his time slot. So, guys, all I can say is, Larry, is there anything that you want to leave them with?
Um, what I would like to leave you guys with is, once I said, once I mean, I said, like I said earlier, believe in yourself, never give up on yourself, concentrate on yourself. It's self-love is mandatory nowadays. You won't be able to help others if you can't help yourself. Amen. Amen.
Stay prayed up.
Stay
guys.
prayed up.
It's your girl Sophie, from Greater Minds Inc. and from, you guys already know, Sophie Bears Entertainment. We just want to say ta-ta.
Ta-ta. Yes.